Hello, my name is Josh Wombles, and I desire to become a business analyst with my company and move to our home office and make an impact on the day-to-day business and future projections. My personal journey to developing mastery started with always being told based on projections that you need to perform to this level and this is exactly what you need to do and these are the numbers you have to hit. I've always wondered how they came up with it and essentially what statistics they look at. So I thought, what better way to understand the numbers than to become a master's of business intelligence and join them? When I started reading strategies to finding your life's task, I came to the realization that I'd made the right decision and I'm in the right place. So each point kind of hit home in a different way for me, but ultimately has given me the motivation to strive to be the best that I can be. The one that I connected with the most was the primal inclination strategy. Feeling a connection to something immediately after being introduced to it is exactly how I felt when I realized the numbers really never made sense, but I was fascinated with how the analyst arrived at them, and I felt the connection with Einstein in how he felt with the compass needle being acted on in the force. Granted, I'm 30 and he was 5. The other strategies kind of hit home with me as well. And the Darwinian strategy to me is to adapt or be left behind. And I guess in a way, I'm following along with that strategy somewhat to further my career instead of being stuck at the retail level and being left behind compared to the success I feel I should have. I see the rebellion strategy as one that is essentially going your own route in spite of what path may already be set out for you or what is expected of you. The point at the end of the section that it is a healthy part of your development to follow a path independent of your parents and to establish your own identity is another part of what made me realize I needed to change my career focus. You are not tied to a particular position. This stuck out to me with the adaptation strategy. Just because there's a set path to the position that I would like to have doesn't mean I have to follow it. I can adapt and overcome by creating my own path to get there, which is kind of what I'm doing instead of working the ranks up through assistant manager, store manager, district, regional up to the home office. I'm going ahead and just bypassing all of that and getting straight to the point. The road to mastery requires patience. You'll have to keep your focus on 5 or 10 years down the road when you will be able to reap the rewards of your efforts. From the life or death strategy hit me hard with saying that mastery is a long and arduous road, but in the long run it will pay off and it will all have been worth it. The one point, and I said it earlier, that resonated me with the most is the primal inclination strategy. Reading that Einstein had an infatuation with the forces that acted upon the needle at the age of 5 made me realize all along I have had an infatuation with how analysts for my company can come up with projected sales figures and goals for every month and break it down by each day. The turning point for me came a couple months ago when I was assigned to run a store and had to see what it takes to run the day to day, and I got a more in-depth look at the projections and daily numbers. Something clicked with me, and I realized that I wanted to know more about the process and become one of the people working behind the scenes as opposed to being the person that has to drive the numbers on the sales floor, which has led me to my path to my dream career. My dream career, as I've stated a couple times in the reflection, is to move to my company store support center and become a business analyst. One goal I have already accomplished is working as a store manager. They prefer candidates to have store manager experience to better understand the day's businesses. And two goals that I can see myself accomplishing in the next 3 weeks are research and gain a better understanding of what impact business analysts have on a company and reach out to my recruiter with my company to see what I can do to get there and if there will be any openings in the future.